Hi guys, what a day. Just been thinking about my time at Yavne, and I wanted to just finish the day with two teachings. He spoke today about Rabban Gamliel and Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, two of the great Jewish heroes who led the Jewish people and the Jewish community in the years following the destruction of the temple. They can only imagine how difficult that time must have been. You know, Rabban Gamliel, there's a story that's told that in the city of Yavne where he lived, he heard one night and the next night and the night after that loud crying and loud yelling. And it turned out there was a lady who had given birth to a young child with a lot of difficulties and disabilities, and that young child unfortunately passed away. And the lady was crying uncontrollably. And when Rabbi Gamliel heard her cries, he too broke out in crying. Only his crying was a crying of empathy, of course, on an individual level, but his crying was a cry of a national cry. He started to cry and cry and cry, and he couldn't be consoled, and his cry was the cry over the recent destruction of Jerusalem, which he was still feeling, which he was still sensing. You see, that time was so challenging, and he was thinking to himself, what am I going to do? How am I going to put the pieces back together? How am I going to inspire people to be able to move forward? And that is a question I think we all grapple with. We may not feel the same feeling toward Jerusalem as someone who lived 2,000 years ago, but there's a lot that we've lost. There's a lot that we've lost in Jewish history, and there's a lot that we have to build and to go forward with. And the other story, the other teaching, which is the one from Rabban Yochanan ben Zakkai, the great rabbi who made a pivotal decision to leave Jerusalem behind and to start a new path of Jewish connection and Jewish life. And he had a teaching where he said, if somebody's holding in their hand a sapling that you put in the ground to plant, and somebody comes over to you and says, the Messiah is here, the Mashiach is here, let's go greet him. Should you go to greet the Messiah, or should you finish your planting experience? And Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai said, finish your planting and go greet the Messiah. What did you think he meant behind those words? What do you think he was trying to tell us when he said, delay going to greet the Messiah to plant your plant here in the earth?